back to my book channel. If you want to subscribe, you can. If you want to hit the notification, you can. I only post on this one every Sunday. It is Sunday today, September the 5th, because tomorrow's the 6th. And if you can hear wind in the background, I'm so sorry. I'm outside and it's windy out. And if you hear the dogs in the background, I'm sorry. That's the dogs, and I really just don't care. But anyhow, I'm here to do the review on some books that I ended in August. I only read like 3 books, but one is, I don't know if you can see it, is, oh man, sorry. Let me see if I can get it up. I'm going to do this, because I'm listening to an audio right now, Outlanders. I'm listening to the first book. I'm trying to finish it on an audio script, so that's what I'm doing. Okay, if you can see it. I finished Cheat Sheet on August 22nd at 3:17 a.m. I cannot put that book down. I couldn't just put the book down. Like, I was working on it maybe for a couple of days. I had to put it down for a bit just to take a break. But the story of it is really good. It's about 2 people who were friends back in high school, and they fell in love. They didn't know they were in love with each other. And it's such a romantic book because he tries to, because he's a football player. She was supposed to go to Juilliard, but she was in a car accident, so she couldn't go to Juilliard. So she became a dance instructor, bought a studio, and started teaching dance. And that book was so good, and they were good friends, but they didn't know that they were in love with each other. Like, she didn't know, Bree didn't know that Nathan was in love with her, and that Nathan didn't know that Bree was in love with him. And yeah, like, it's a really good book. I really recommend it for young teens, young adults. I'm 38. I read it. I really liked it. Really got into it. I really recommended it. At the end, I'm not going to spoil it all for you, but I'm going to put the picture right here. But yeah, like, Cheat Sheet was really a really good book. I would actually I'm going to go buy it, and I'm actually going to reread it this year before the end of the year. And that is an actual reread. I would keep rereading it for years, and I hope that she doesn't continue on to it of what Nathan and Bree's relationship is like. She has a little bit of a biography on what they're doing now, a year later of being together, but I really recommend it. Now, the other book I finished is, I really got into it. It's one of the Colleen Hoover books, and it's called Ends With Us. A lot of people have done reviews on this, and I've heard a lot of reviews on this book. So if this is a trigger warning, I'm sorry. It's about a young lady that falls in love with a doctor, and her father, how do I explain it without anybody getting upset? Her father was abusive towards her mother, and when she was growing up. And in this book, her father, at the beginning, her father dies, and then she goes to his funeral and everything, and does her needs. And then she meets the guy that she falls in love with. And his name, if I can find it, is Riley. R-Y-L-E is the one that she is with. And she meets him on top of the roof, and he's a doctor, and actually a neurosurgeon, technically. And he falls in love with her, and he falls in love with her. And it gets really bad in the middle of the relationship. The first time he hits her, he apologizes. We all know that guys do that, or women, who care. I really don't want to get into it. But yeah, like, it's like Lily hasn't always had it easy, but that never stops her from working hard for the life she wants. She comes a long way from a small town in Maine where she grew up. She graduated from college, moved to Boston, and started her own business. So she has a flower business, okay, and that business. And so when she feels a spark with a gorgeous neurosurgeon named Riley Kincaid, everything in life suddenly seems almost too good to be true. Riley is an aggressive, stubborn, maybe even a little ignorant He's also sensitive and brilliant and has a total soft spot for Lily, but Rylan is completely unnervous to a relationship and his disturbance. As a question about her new relationship and overwhelming her so hard to do thoughts of Eltlan's current, I'll put his name right here, her first love and links the past she left behind. He was her kinder spirit, her protector. Relentless suddenly appears everything Lily has built with Rylan is threatened. With the bold and deeply personal novel, Colleen Hoover delivers a heart-wrenching story that breaks exciting new ground for her as a writer. It ends with us as an unforgettable tale of a love that comes unlimited prices. So technically, there was this boy that she was in love with back when she was a kid. If you read it, he comes back in the picture. She's with Rylan. She has a relationship with Rylan, but her ex comes back. I think they were like, I don't know, like she was 16 and he was 18. But yeah, like I really got into it. I couldn't put it down. Like I was reading, I think I started reading this last year when I got it, and I've heard a lot of reviews on it, and I wanted to see what everyone was talking about and read it, so I did. And there is a continue on to this one. It starts with us, and at the end she does leave. I'm gonna say it because everybody has said it. Rylan, she does leave him, and she's better off without him for how aggressive, how mean he is. But the fact that when he was a kid, he had a rough childhood, Rylan did, but doesn't give him an excuse to do what he did to her. And if I reread this one, I would have to think about it because it made me cry. This book made me really cry, and yeah, like I really don't. I'm not laughing, but I really don't know if I would actually reread this one. Would I say to read it if you want to read it, but just be prepared for if you have a lot of trauma and that, do not read it. I just got out of a really bad relationship of 1.5 years, and when I was reading this book, it was really hard for me too, but at the same time I got through it and I pushed through it, and I really like it. It's a really good book, but I don't know if this would be an actual reread, and that's just telling the truth. I just don't know if I would actually reread this book at all. Would I recommend it? Yes, if you're interested in it. Yes, I would. And I don't rate my books, so you won't get me rated. But that is a review on that book. Okay, now I found this book because of a YouTuber named Haley. And Haley is a YouTuber, who does book reviews. She does vlogging. I found her back when 2020, and I liked her, so I started following her. And she gives out some good book reviews. I've actually gotten a couple books that she's actually recommended, and I actually got the guest list. I found the guest list because of her. It is a murder mystery. Takes place on an island in, I think, Scotland. It's been a while since I've read this, but I even listened to it on audio. It takes place, let me see if I can read it. Okay, here it is. I'm just going to read this. Okay, on a remote island off the coast of Ireland. Yep. Guests gather to celebrate the wedding of Jules Keegan and Will Slater. Will is a rising television star, handsome and charming. Jules is a smart, ambitious magazine publisher. Though the sea is a little choppy and the cell service spotty, their wedding is everything you expect of a young power couple. Designer dress and 4-tier cake, bouquet, whiskey, and vintage champagne. Every detail has been courted to the perfection. All that's left to trace is the happiness, but perfection is for plants and people are all too human. It's not long after the cake is cut and champagne popped that the resentments and pretty jealousies come out. Worse yet, the least bomb start reading shows the weather has shifted from fair to changeable, and dark clouds and looming overhead. Everyone on the island has a secret. Everyone has a motivation, and someone won't leave this wedding alive. I'm not going to tell you who, but it was a really good book. I really recommend this. I actually just finished the last book. I'll show you which one I finished. It takes place too. I don't have a book, but I finished The Haunting Party. I don't know if you guys, the second book to this one. I just finished it. It took me 2 days to listen to it. I finished it this morning at 3:51, and it's pretty much a New Year's party. A bunch of friends get together, and Miranda, who is the wife to the one guy, I don't have it. Miranda, who's the wife, and that finds out that her husband was having an affair with her best friend Katie, and let's just say that those people are not nice at all. And the people in here, Jules and Will, get married on a remote island, brings all their families together, and yeah, like, I'm not gonna give, but this book I recommend, and the second book of it I really recommend. I'm trying to read more book series, so I recommend it. Right now I'm reading Outlanders, so I'll be doing a review on that when I am done it. But yeah, like, I recommend this one. If you like, it takes place in Ireland on a remote island, so, in an old house, and the people who, you know, Lucy Floyd really goes into great detail about it, and it has the names of the, I don't know if you can see that, but it has the names. Hannah, the +1, so Hannah's the +1 of a good friend of Jules, and what's his name? Okay, Jonah is the best man of Will's, and Jonah and Will actually went to school together. Jules is the bride. Hannah is the +1. Okay, Alfie is the wedding planner. So she's actually the wedding planner, but I think she's the one who is running the So I'm just trying to figure out. Jules is the bride, the wedding night. Alpha is the wedding planner. But Hannah is the +1. Best man. Now, there should be somebody else in here. Okay. Because I know there is. Okay, the friend I think is... Okay, there's Olivia, who is the sister, little sister, and she is the bridesmaid. Okay. And there's a little story between Olivia and the groom in this book. There's a story behind it. And then... Oh, what is his name? Hannah is the wife to... Well, anyhow. Okay, that's true. Hey, this is like fun. The wedding night. Okay, so there's Alpha and everything. So the book starts off with, I gotta be careful because my phone's about to die. I'll fire the wedding planner. Bring the dogs in soon? Okay, so back, look at the back. It has to do with the bride +1, the best man, the wedding planner, and the bridesmaid. Now, her maid of honor, Juno is the best man. The maid of honor, oh my god. Okay, Will has a chapter. Juno. Jules, Olivia. Sorry about this, guys. Hannah. So Hannah is the wife to Charlie. Yes, Charlie is the husband. That's the name of him. And they've been married, and she is best friends with Jules. So yes, but I swear there was a chapter on him, because he's actually the best. He's the maid of honor to the groom, to the bride. So he's gonna stand up. But there's a little tale between Charlie and Jules. There's a history there, so you gotta read it to find out. And then you gotta read the history between Olivia and Will, and Juno and Will, and I didn't have the wrong chapters. So yeah, so the best man, the bride, the groom, all of them. You gotta read the book to understand it. But yeah, even in the haunting party, like there's so many different characters, and I really like that. But this skips ahead. Sometimes goes back to the past and it goes to the present and everything like that. And I really recommend it. Young adults, older teens. If you like murder mysteries, who would kill to be on it. Technically, Juno and Will were friends in school. Will got on a TV show. Will didn't. Will's like, no, Will got on the show. Juno didn't. Juno's life has been going downhill since school and everything like that. And pretty much I think that's all I can say about this book, because I don't really want to spoil it on who was killed and who did it. You'll have to read it. And as for the haunting party, go read it, or you can listen to it. You can find any of these books on audio or in stores and books or libraries. But anyhow, I'm going to end the vlog here. I'm going to end the video here. Those are two books that I have read. I did show you the haunting party. I am listening to the Outlanders and that, so I will have a review on that. I am sorry about the wind in the background. I am outside and it's really bad out. It's like, it looks like it's gonna rain. I could show you guys, which I'm going to. So just one second. So this is what the outside looks like. So it is gonna rain. Oh, I want to show you guys something. I plant some stuff, and I show it on all my vlogs, even on Lee vlogs. Look at that. These are tomatoes. If I can get in. And then we got a cucumber growing. Yay! Which is nice. And then we're gonna have some more, and those are carrots, and they're starting to come up. And yeah. So anyhow, I just zoom out. Anyhow, that's just my dog. If I did not have that guy on a chain right there, if you could see him, I'm gonna try to zoom in. Cool. If I did not have him on a chain, the one time the kids were heading to school and he was off the leash and everything like that, okay? He ran out in front of a bus and almost got hit by a bunch of cars. So he is chained up for his own safety and so that he doesn't get hit, because he's been almost hit 3 times. And I don't want to lose my dog. First time we moved out here, we lost one dog because it got hit by a car. I do not want to have my dog hit. And yes, he is on a chain, and I don't give a crap. But I show him in my vlogs and everything. But anyhow, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, notification button. I hope you like this video, and I hope you like the plants, because that cucumber looks good right now, and I can't eat it because it has to fully grow. But we got some tomatoes. Like, we're doing good. And I just did this year to see what it looks like. But yeah, but anyhow, bye guys.